Alright guys, this is my last Super Mario Maker video that I'm making as of 2019. It's finally time to counter the final custom world of the game. That being, of course, my custom world 8. Let's go ahead and finish this, because Super Mario Maker 2 is just around the corner, and since it's going to be coming in soon, why the heck not get this out of the way? So without further delays or anything stopping us, let's get right up to it. I'm going to warn you guys something. This custom world 8 that I made is the longest world that I have. While the previous 5 worlds that we encountered had 8 levels, and the previous 2 that we encountered in World 6 and 7 had 12 levels, this one has a grand total of 16 levels. And these levels do not mess around by any means. So you're going to have to be very serious when it comes to these levels. But in case, let's begin our crazy adventure by heading on over to World 8-1, which is actually a replica of World 1's castle, but has a couple of differences. First, the level is a bit faster than when it was in the past, having 100 seconds instead of the usual time limit as it did in World 1's castle. The second difference is it has absolutely no checkpoint in the stage whatsoever. But the final reason, there's no boss at the end. So this is kind of much a rush level. But anyway, let's go and begin this very tough world. Let's go. Another difference World 8 has is that it has 2 ghost houses instead of the usual 1 ghost house like the previous 5 worlds had. But that doesn't mean these ghost houses are going to be easy by any means. No. They have their own set of challenges. Let's get into World 8's first ghost house here. And, this is its own original ghost house, and this kind of plays with the maze formational bit in the same exact way like World 7's first tower did. But it's made a lot more difficult, as there's now 3 pipes to choose from. And there's actually something I want to discuss about this stage. I uploaded a level that is exactly similar to this one, but it's a whole lot harder, as it has no checkpoints, and all the cannons are much more powered up than what they would be from before. Plus, the pipe choiceation that I chose for this level isn't exactly the same as with that one, so that's another difference I wanted to talk about. But anyway, let's begin World 8's first ghost house. Okay, moving on to World 8-2 now, and this level is actually a replica of World 7-6 that we did encounter in Custom World 7, but the only change here is that the mushrooms are yellow, and that the level's time limit has been decreased a little bit, and the fact that it's a little bit longer and harder than that of the last level. But overall, there aren't too many difficulties with it, so let's go ahead and get right up to it. One last difference that World 8 has, besides not having any castles in it, obviously, this world has 3 towers in total, instead of 2 or 1 like the previous 7 worlds had. This is kind of a reference to Mario Puzzle Dragons, where it also had 3 towers in World 8 and Star World 8. So, yeah, basically that. But anyways, this is the first time in this run that we'll use the Propeller Mushroom, as there's only actually 2 levels that use this Propeller Mushroom in it. This level, as well as another one that we're going to encounter later. And again, just like World 6's first tower and World 7's first tower, BJ does not make an appearance in these towers. But I think you can kind of get the agenda. Anyway, let's go. Alright, moving on swiftly to World 8-3 now, and yet again, just like World 8-1, this is another harder version of another castle that we fought. In this case, World 3's castle. And, of course, as always, it's much faster, has a 100-second time as its time limit. It has no checkpoint in it, and of course, there's no boss at the end. Now, technically I would include a harder version of World 2's castle here, but I did already include that in World 6. Since it was a bit of a harder version of that castle, and plus the boss is different, so it wouldn't be worth it to do another replica of it. So, that's why I chose this one. But anyway, let's go. On to World 8-4 next, and does this level look a little similar to you? Well, this is a replica of World 6-2, but it has one great difference. Besides just having the Kens being red, this contains a boss this time around. Which, yeah, was not the case in the last level, but Level Holder is a boss here. And you are actually required to beat this boss if we want to get to the end of the level, so it's a good thing to keep in mind. But anyway, let's go. I completely forgot to mention that I also lowered the time limit on that level. Sorry, guys. But anyways, moving on to World 8-5 now, and this one is a replica of World 6-6 from before, but yet again, just like the previous levels, it's much harder. Its time limit's now set to 100 seconds, and of course, because of this, it's made a bit tougher because of that. So, let's go ahead and get right up to it. Okay, onwards we go to World 8-Second Tower, and doesn't this tower look a little bit familiar to you? Well, I'm about to blow your minds with this one, because this is actually the exact same tower again, just like the first one, but it's a whole lot more challenging. They now added in burners this time, and the boss here is also a bit different compared to that last one, but yet again, Bowser Jr. doesn't make an appearance yet. Not until the third one, at least. But yeah, World 8 does not mess around, especially with its second tower, so you gotta really time your jumps properly with those burners. But anyway, let's go. Alright, onwards we go to World 8-6 now, and this one is our last underwater stage of the day. This is another one of those 30-second level ones, so you're gonna have to be a little bit quick on this one. This one's a much harder version of World 1-5 from before, so yeah. World 8 doesn't play. Onwards we go to World 8-7 now, and this level is a harder variation of World 4's castle. As, yet again, if you can get the drill, no checkpoint, 100 seconds, no boss, that kind of jazz. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right up to it. Okay, moving on to World 8's final Ghost House, and this is the last level to contain 100 seconds on its time limit. And as you can see by this Ghost House, this is a harder variation of the very first Ghost House that we fought in World 3. But it has received major updates to make this one a lot harder than when it was in the past, so you'll need to be on your toes when it comes to this stage. Alright, on to World 8's third tower. This is the last tower level that I have. And, of course, yet again, just like World 6's and 7's second towers, this is a harder version of World 5's tower, but done in the most ridiculous way possible. Most of the obstacles are much harder to dodge compared to what they would be from World 5's tower, and Bowser Jr. not only received a couple upgrades, but has a couple of difficult updates to his battle that make him much harder than in the past. Yeah, he does not mess around. So you're gonna have to take your time when it comes to this tower. Okay, we're almost done with World 8. Just 4 levels to go. Next up is World 8-8, which is a much harder variation of World 7-5, as the crystals are now green. And overall, it's just much more difficult than that of the last one. This is also the last 50-second level that I've made, so let's go ahead and knock this one out. But before we start, and now take first... Okay, now back to the actual film. Okay, on to World 8-9, which is the last airship level that I have to show. And of course, this particular one is similar to that of World 7-1, but yet again, just like World 8-4, this one does contain a boss that you must defeat in order to progress through the rest of the level. So, yeah. Other than that, though, the time limit has been lowered again, just like that last level, so let's go ahead and do this. Here it is, guys. The last normal level that I have. World 8-10. This is the true test. All the mushrooms are changed to green. This is a way harder variant of World 7-6. And the fact that this is the last 30-second level that I have. Yeah. You need to be very serious with this kind of level. Alright, this is it. The final level of World 8. Welcome to World 8's final castle. This is the true boss blitz. This contains bosses from World 2's castle, World 3's castle, World 4's castle, World 5's castle, World 6's castle, World 7's first fortress, and World 7's castle all in one. This excludes any Bowser battles, any Bowser Jr. battles. This also excludes the pair Cheat Sheet mini-boss from World 6's first tower. As well as Paris Spiny and Parapiranha Plant from World 8's first tower that we just fought. And after that, you have a final epic battle with Giant Bowser Jr. and Giant Bowser. Yeah. That kind of thing. You can beat it quickly by just only facing 2 bosses, but I'm going to showcase the longer method because, yeah. But anyway, let's finally finish up World 8 and finish this up.
Goodbye, Super Mario Maker.